You know, it's pretty wild how fast the year goes by. It seems like every January we make these promises to ourselves, right? This is going to be my year. This is the year that I'm losing the weight. This is the year that I'm going to travel. This is the year that I'm going to meet somebody. And this is the year that I'm finally getting my life together. But then life happens. The months just fly by, and before you know it, here we are once again. It's the holidays, and the year is just about over. Now, sure, we made some progress on some of those goals, but for a lot of those goals, we just push it off to next year. And most of us do this, right? We tend to overestimate what we can actually do in a year. So let's chat a little bit about why we do this and what we can do going forward to help prevent it. Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's just about being overwhelmed with life. And other times we just get comfortable. So I did some research on this, and when we say things like, I'll start next week, or I'll start in January, what we're really doing is giving our future self the responsibility of fixing everything. It's funny because the future version of ourselves always seems to be like more motivated and disciplined than the current version of ourselves. But the problem is the future you doesn't exist yet. I mean, it's still you right now with the same habits and the same distractions. And for most middle-aged men, there's another layer here. You've got responsibilities. Maybe you've got kids, a mortgage, a crazy demanding job, aging parents, and bills to pay. You're carrying a lot more weight than you were in your 20s. So even if you do want to make some changes, it feels like there's just no room for it. And then there's this quiet fear that kind of lives in the back of your mind that says, if I actually try and I fail, then what does that say about me? Because if you don't try, you can't fail. So we tell ourselves next year. But the thing is, nothing changes when we push everything to the future. Now, this is where it gets real for a lot of us, because when we keep saying that we're going to do something and then we don't do it, it sort of chips away at how we see ourselves. It's like you just can't trust yourself anymore. Every broken promise that you make to yourself is a tiny hit to your own self-worth. You just can't trust your own words. And then you start feeling like maybe you're just not a motivated or disciplined guy who just can't make changes anymore. And that's just not true. And then one day you wake up and it's just about the holidays. Everybody's posting happy photos and people seem to be doing really well. I mean, people are getting engaged right now. They're showing off their vacations and they're just celebrating wins that you don't have. Now, even if you're just seeing all of this stuff on social media and you know that it's not really the full picture, it still kind of gets to you because it's just hard to not compare yourself to what you see. And for a lot of men, especially those men who just don't talk about their feelings that much, this time of year can feel exceptionally lonely, even if you're surrounded by a lot of people. I want to tell you something. If you need a little bit of help, it's okay to talk to someone who can help, because your friends and family aren't necessarily qualified to give you the life advice that you might be looking for. And that's where today's sponsor, BetterHelp, comes in. BetterHelp is a really cool platform where therapists and their clients can communicate effectively to get the very most out of therapy. And look, here's the thing about therapy. A lot of men, me included, were just taught to white knuckle everything and just get back to work. But sometimes you just need a little push. Don't feel bad about it because you're not weak and there's nothing wrong with you. It's just one of those things that you just don't know how much it can really help you until you actually try it. So look, I'm going to put a special link down below in the description box to betterhelp.com/fashion. Clicking on that link will get you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so that you can connect with a therapist and just get started on your very own unique therapy journey. It's easy. Just fill out a quick questionnaire about what you're looking for, and then BetterHelp will match you with a therapist in as little as just a couple days. From there, you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable. It could be messaging, it could be over the phone or even video, and you can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions whenever it's convenient for you. And the really cool thing is this. So if you don't necessarily click with that first therapist for whatever reason, you can easily switch out to a new therapist until you find someone that you really connect with. So if you could use a tune-up, or if you just need to get some things off your chest, please consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Just click the link in the description or go visit betterhelp.com/fashion to get 10% off your first month of therapy. Gentlemen, the link is down below. And thank you, BetterHelp, for supporting my channel and for sponsoring today's video. All right, before we talk about what to do, I want to be clear about something that you don't need to do. You don't need to have the perfect year. You don't need to check every single box, and you don't need to be a brand new person on January 1st. Too many of us put pressure on ourselves to just turn everything around overnight. But that pressure is what keeps us stuck. So think of it like this. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing something. The holiday season is a little funny because it can bring up a lot of emotions. So let's talk about a couple things you can do to protect your headspace right now. Stop the comparison game. Your life and your journey is yours. Everybody moves at their own pace. Somebody else's success doesn't mean that you failed. Acknowledge and celebrate your wins, no matter how small they might be. So maybe you didn't lose 40 pounds this year, but maybe you lost 8 pounds and you started eating better and taking care of yourself more. All of that matters. The thing is this, we're all wired to notice what we didn't do, but we hardly ever give ourselves credit for what we did do. Now here's a big one. Don't isolate yourself. A lot of guys shut down during the holidays and they keep to themselves. The thing is, and you know this, isolation makes everything heavier. Text a friend, meet somebody for coffee, join a group, because even just being around people can help pull you out of your own head. Move your body. I can't stress this enough. Movement changes your mood. You don't have to go crush it at the gym or anything, but even just a daily walk can lift your energy and sort of reset your brain. And also, be kind to yourself. You're not a failure because your year didn't go exactly how you planned. Life is messy and growth is never really a straight line. Let's do this. Let's end the year strong, right? You still got 2.5 months left, so it's not too late. I've said this before and I'll say it again. You don't need to wait until January 1st to make a change. You can start right now in, late October and get a jump start on the new year and take back some of your power. Just pick one thing, not like 5 things. Just one thing that matters to you. It could be as simple as going for a walk every morning, maybe cleaning up your diet a little bit, maybe joining a gym, hiring a trainer, or starting that business idea. Maybe it's as simple as just calling a buddy every Sunday. Whatever it is, keep it small, simple, but realistic. Here's the thing though, when you start immediately. Take the pressure off January. This way, you can start the new year already in motion instead of from a standstill. Then, you can start building trust with yourself again. Every time you follow through on something you said you'd do, even if it's something small, your confidence grows. And look, this is why this all matters, because it's not just about checking off some to-do list. It's about how you feel about yourself when you look in the mirror. It's about building yourself into the man that you're becoming. And it's about being able to trust yourself again. If this year was hard for you, I want you to know that it was hard for me too. There were a lot of things that I wanted to do that I didn't get done. And there were some things that came up out of nowhere that I wasn't able to handle. We have to tell ourselves that we're not a failure, we're not too old, and we're just not permanently stuck. This time of year can be difficult because it brings up a lot of emotions. But just remember, you made it this far. And that means you probably made it through some things that would have broken other men. And that matters, even if it doesn't seem like it does. And do me a favor if you made it this far. Drop in the comments and let me know one thing that you're going to start this year before it ends. And as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.